I love Coach Cohen and the whole staff and everyone that's in, all the guys that were brought in free agency, just good dudes, good players too. But I really feel like we've done some great things this offseason.
Adding people who are intangibly rich. And Travis, in fact, as a player, is rare. But as a person, he's also rare.
Gets away from one and superhuman pick from Travis Hunter. Put the cape on him already.
I think he has a great career ahead of him on both sides of the ball. If he's the best DB, is he the best wide receiver? Who knows? But is he a great playmaker on both sides of the ball? Yeah. Yes, he is. And at the end of the day, when you're a team like, us right now, who's in that stage of we have to get it right now. We need the best playmakers on the field at all times. And if he can give you that value, let's do it.
We need to go win football games. And right now, am I optimistic? Absolutely. But I'm also realistic. Like, hey, let's not break our arms, patting ourselves in the back, how great things are going right now. Because ultimately, it's about winning football games, and that's what we're focused on.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, here we go, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Jaguars Today. Tony, looks like storms are brewing out there. Mm-hmm. That's bad news for the Pittsburgh Steelers because this team's all about toughness and playing in the elements. And I don't know. I have no idea what this team's going to be about. None of us do.
No, we'll find out.
And we won't really know what they're all about after Saturday night either. I don't believe, right? No. It's going to take a little while. We are 4 weeks from the start of the NFL season. Thursday night opener coming your way. So, just 4 weeks and a few days from your Jacksonville Jaguars playing for real. Do you want to see Trevor Lawrence play on Saturday, Tone?
A little bit.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
don't need to see him play much, but
I don't want to see him get crushed. But
yeah, it's a new offense. Get him live reps. Can't hurt anything, I don't think. Like, it's just, again, for a series or two max, but he's not going to play in week 3 of the preseason because they're scrimmaging those couple days. They haven't announced that, but it's very rare that anybody plays after any of those scrimmage dates. So week 3 of the preseason, I don't think he's going to be playing. So if he's going to be on the field, it's going to be these next 2 weeks.
Right.
Get him on the field.
I don't think, one extended look in week 2 of the preseason, it would be enough for me. I'm not the head coach. Mm-hmm. Hack and I were talking about this out there today. Ryan the Hacker Green, 1010XL, social butterfly.
Oh, yeah, his name is Ryan Green.
He's everywhere. Ryan Green, You may not have known that. You just knew him as Hacker all these years. But, I said, look, man, what's the right answer? I don't know. The right answer is beat Carolina. That's the right answer. If you beat Carolina, then we're going to look back. Now, granted, if you beat Carolina and lose the next 6, that's a different story, right? But beat Carolina and whatever you did to prepare was the right thing.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You played Trevor Lawrence every preseason game. It got him ready. Look how sharp he is. Or, you know what? You knew what you had. You protected Trevor Lawrence, and he was ready to go. He was fresh. It really does. Because whatever you do, no matter how well he plays or doesn't play or how much he plays or doesn't play in the preseason at all, and that goes for the rest of the frontline players, you don't beat Carolina, it's all going the crapper.
It all gets judged on the same thing.
For a week.
Yeah, everything always gets judged on. Did you win or lose?
It's right. Pass, fail, that's it.
Like, that's how all that works, and you do all whatever the mechanics that you go through to try to figure out how to put yourself in the best position to win against Carolina and going forward into the season. They have to do all that kind of math, whatever risk assessment they want to do with all these guys in their own head, and we'll see what their plan winds up being. But, yeah, if it was me, I'd want to see Trevor Lawrence play a little bit on Saturday night.
By the way, let's say hello to the guy that if school were pass-fail, he'd be a 4.0 student. Dylan Denmark, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mike.
How are things, Coach?
Never felt more alive.
Wow. You could have fooled us, man. I came in this morning. Dylan is curled on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, what? Were you up late last night? What did you guys get into on Hacker After Dark?
Just the usual.
Okay. Nothing
crazy. It's
life catching up with you. Your advanced age of 27.
Yeah, that's it. I'm in a quarter life crisis.
Oh my gosh. You hope it's a quarter life crisis, bro. Now, there's. My mom always used to say, you'll survive to 105. And when I was a kid, I was like, Mom, why would I die? I feel good. I literally remember saying that to her. I don't think I'm ever going to die,
And
Mom.
she'll tell you, just keep on living.
She'd be like, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I don't know if I want to get to 100, Tony. I know what 56 feels like. I don't know if I want to know what 100 feels like. Now, if you can do it and you're able-bodied, God bless you, man. You see this every year. What's like the oldest living person right now is like 114 or something like that.
In there.
It's always something like that, right? It's always in the – I don't know what the oldest documented living person is, but too old for my taste. Very much. I don't want to be that walking skeleton. Apologies to the walking skeletons out there. Anyway, today I think we have a fun question based on the way people are reacting to it, right? I just kind of thought about this. Like yesterday, what are you most concerned about? We're always talking about what are we most concerned about with the Jags. I feel like we are anyway. And we try to be objective. We try to be reasonable. We're not just going to come on here. Some people think this show is a pep rally. It's funny, right? You hear what you want to hear. Some people think, oh, they never criticize the Jags. Other people are like, man, all you guys do is crap on the Jags, right? I mean, honestly, I get both sides of that, and that's fine. You hear what you want to hear. But I did feel like, all right, after yesterday, what are you most worried about? Which, by the way, defensive tackle held it down. Those percentages held throughout the night. About 47% said that position. A combined 43.5% went with either the interior of the offensive line or the offensive tackle position. So about an even split there, and 10% going for safety. I thought today, let's look on the bright side. What are we most confident in with this team? Right? Who are the players that we think are the cream of the Jaguar crop? And I think they're pretty easy to identify. Now, some of it's a projection with Travis Hunter, right? But he is the reigning Heisman winner. He's a collegiate star. He was the first non-quarterback selected in the draft, and most people felt like that would have been the case no matter which team was selecting, as long as they were not, in the quarterback sweepstakes right there. And obviously, you saw how that whole thing played out. So you got your choice of a pair of teammates. Obviously, Josh Hines-Allen, 17.5 sacks 2 years ago. Trayvon has had double digits the last 2 years. We think they're pretty good. All right, so you got those guys. You got Brian Thomas, who was fantastic as a rookie, one of the leading yardage receivers in the National Football League, and they didn't even figure out how to get him started, it felt like, until the second half of the season. Yeah. And until you got at least a quarter into the football game, 93 receiving yards in the first quarter. So, which of these Jacksonville Jaguar duos will have the better combined seasons? You can define that how you like. I didn't want to pick a stat. I didn't want to say touchdowns versus sacks or anything like that. Just how you feel in terms of impact, high-level play, meeting your expectations. Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon, Brian Thomas, or Travis Hunter. Those are your options today. It's a simple one or the other in the poll. Very close right now in the voting. So I'm not going to even tell you who's ahead. I don't want to sway the voting whatsoever at this point. But, Tony, I heard a national show talking about this game this week here in Jacksonville. Probably the most anticipated game nationally. They start out because, hey, will Aaron Rodgers play? How does he look in a Pittsburgh uniform? That's fair.
And Hunter's playing both ways.
And Hunter's playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, making his NFL debut, even in a preseason setting, trying to do something that hasn't been done in decade upon decade upon decade. So, going to be a lot of eyes and attention. What goes down this weekend.
From a national perspective, preseason games don't have much juice. Like, if your team's playing, you'll pay a little bit of attention to whatever they do, in a given game. But there is something to the entire football watching world is waiting. What's going to happen with Travis Hunter?
They're at least going to watch that first quarter.
Right. Like, what's happening with him? Like, everyone's going to check in on that story, even if it is just a brief check-in. And, NFL Network, who's going to be running, obviously, 24 hours a day, you better believe whatever Hunter does will be featured, all day long from the moment that they play on Saturday through the entire week, right? Whenever they're doing it, because you got to find some kind of angles to these preseason games. There'll be news over the weekend with whatever happens in these games. But, yeah, everyone's going to be locked in on how much Hunter plays both ways. It's going to be the big deal.
This is what I want to have happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, but I want it to have happen because all these guys are not going to play probably.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf catches a pass, gets a full head of steam, and Travis Hunter just blows him the hell up, right? I mean, there are no bigger receivers than DK Metcalf, and he can move, right? So everybody, he can't tackle anybody that size. That, and then catch a touchdown on Jalen Ramsey. I mean, come on.
Is that all?
That's all I want, right? for the debut, and to have that all happen on the first two drives of the game.
2 of your 3 for tomorrow?
Those are my keys to victory. Those are keys to satisfying me in the preseason opener, no doubt about it. All right, and we're going to hear with Devontae Adams, the latest to cast doubt on Travis Hunter's ability to do this at a high level. We got a bunch of Jaguar audio we're going to bring you here. The Hammer is out there at practice right now. Hayes Carline of the Franchi Show will join us coming up about an hour from now as well. You can join us if you'd like to talk Jaguar football on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines at 641-1010. Same number for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can stream us in a variety of ways, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Hop in the chat. Give us your feedback that way, or specifically on Twitter at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking Claws, baby.
That has been firmly established. No laws when it comes to Dylan Denmark and Claw Nation. All right, we are ready to get rolling. We'll hear what the skepticism of Davante Adams. I understand the skepticism. You haven't seen it.
Yeah. You
haven't seen a guy do what Travis Hunter's going to attempt to do in your lifetime if you're Davante Adams at this level of football. But we'll hear what the now Rams receiver. I had to think for a second. Wait, just run in the Rolodex like Raiders, Rams receiver Davante Adams had to say about Travis Hunter on the Pivot podcast. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark, just kicking things off. Enjoy for the next 2 hours, hopefully, this conversation about your Jags on Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here. Summer heat is on the rise, but don't sweat it. Big Chief Tire has your back with $50 off all AC services. Whether your system needs a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert team will keep you cool and road ready all season long. With 5 locations across Jacksonville, trusted service is always nearby. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Jaguars Today Thursday, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99. Plus, they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty and free oil changes. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects for the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, or Beaver Mitsubishi in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
I'm Max Fink. Join me for the Gator Report on 1010XL as I break down the latest storylines in Gator Nation.
Put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators! When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy is never frozen. Always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses. No dry, crumbly subs here. Only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little guy with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand and a quality sandwich. So do what I do. Stop in at a Circle K and make yours a Dandy today.
Youth sports at the YMCA's focus on teamwork, discipline, and building confidence. Our experienced coaches can create a positive and supportive environment where your kids can grow, stay active, and develop a love for sports. Sports like basketball, volleyball, swimming, gymnastics, and even elite skills training. Join the fun and register. Give your kids a chance to be a part of something special. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Yeah, absolutely. And the progress is never going to be linear, but it's nice to see him stack those days and continue to progress mentally and physically with some of the technique stuff.
Grant Udinski, Jaguars offensive coordinator, the mystery man. What is his job going to be on game day?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I thought it yesterday when we played a Udinski Cup, but I think that one just clinched it in my mind. If I didn't know whether it was Udinski or Cohen, I don't know if I could tell.
Yeah.
Just based on the voice. Right? Which one was which? They are so similar, just the way they sound.
Right. And, well, hopefully the message as well.
Yeah.
Right, is cohesive.
Yeah.
And all that. So we'll hear more from Grant Udinski. We'll play that audio, Devontae on Travis Hunter coming up. And again, I don't think he's hating on him or anything like that. You know, he's skeptical. And we'll hear what he had to say shortly. Want to hear what you have to say, of course, at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. So if you want to talk any aspect of Jaguar training camp, the game coming up against Pittsburgh on Saturday, just a little over, I guess we're about 31 days, right? Is that what we are? 31 days to the start of the season for the Jags. So
sounds about right.
Call it 1 month is where we're at for the regular season to begin. We're going to start things off today. Tony on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines with Justin in Middleburg. Justin, you are on Jaguars Today. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good fellas. I really appreciate y'all taking my call. I love listening to y'all. Hey,
thank you.
I had we've communicated a couple times over the past couple years about potentially moving ETN to wide receiver, and y'all have explained he's not really a receiver. But what are y'all thoughts about possibly him or one of the other running backs going to slot or playing, and then keeping 12 primarily on defense? The reason I say this is because I'm starting to feel like he could be gassed at the end of the games, and he's more prone to injury the more snaps he takes. And I really do feel like what's his name? What's the number 11? What's his name?
Parker Washington.
Is really, yes. I feel like he's really good, or could. And the Jags, I feel like they should just play 12 at wideout from time to time, not as much. I just wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on that.
All right, I appreciate it. Well, first of all, a lot of things here, right? Let's start with Travis Etienne. He's going to split out and play like kind of as a slot at times, right? He can split. I think you'll see Bigsby and Etienne on the field together. Maybe start in the backfield. You motion Etienne out. But to play him strictly as a receiver, I don't see it happening, right? No. Look, granted, yes, the more you play, every snap you play exposes you to potential injury, right? Mm-hmm. This is what the Jags have bought into, Tone. It's not like they're just going to discover that now.
Yeah.
They went all in. 2 first-rounders, second-rounder, and they got a little pick swap in their favor in the fourth, whatever. Basically 2 firsts and a second to make sure you got Travis Hunter because you feel like he can do this, that you're going to see if he can do this. Yeah. It's not like – I don't think there's anything that got him to this point where they go, you know what, we're wrong. Like, I don't think they're giving it. If they're just going to play him as a corner and occasionally at receiver, they're not giving that up. They are going to – it's going to be, like we're talking about, pass-fail. He's going to be given the opportunity to show if he can pass or fail the test physically.
Well, and the reality of it is whenever Hunter gets hurt, if he does get hurt, someone's going to say that's because they're playing him both ways. Like, and it doesn't matter how much they're actually doing it or how much of an impact that may have had or not had on it. That's what the story is going to be. Of course he got hurt. He's playing both ways, right? Like, that's the way everything's going to be dealt with that way. I would point out as well, talking about playing him more on defense than offense, you could feel the difference on offense even Friday night in the scrimmage when he was not playing offense.
I agree.
Right? And I do think they need the juice that he adds to the offense when he's on the field on that side of the ball. They have it with BTJ. right? And they got whatever they got with De'Ami Brown and Parker Washington, but that's not Travis Hunter. It's just not the same thing. So they got to figure out how much they're going to be comfortable doing it both ways. But if they lean one way or the other, my guess would be they lean offense.
I do too, because I think they're better positioned defensively. Like, I feel okay. If you open up and Travis Hunter were not a part of the picture and they had drafted Mason Graham or Ashton Genty or whomever, right, at 5, and you said, all right, Tyson Campbell's had a great camp. Jordan Lewis has had a great camp.
Yeah.
Jarian Jones has had a really nice camp as well. Those are our top 3. Monteric's banged up, but he was playing well.
He was.
Before he got hurt. So now we got a 4 that we feel pretty good about. We brought in Levi Wallace for a little veteran depth. We got some young guys like DeAndre Prince, Christian Braswell. What I would feel like, all right. Now, Hunter can elevate that.
No doubt.
To an elite secondary eventually. But I'm with you, man. I don't.
It's the modern NFL. It's the Bowles thing all over again. Right? Like you get offense. Like when you can get offense, you get offense and figure it out on the defensive side of the ball.
Right, the Todd Bowles thing, right?
The Bowles thing.
Todd Bowles said that about, like, I'd rather draft an offensive playmaker because I'll scheme up the defense.
Yeah. If he can be an offensive playmaker, he's going to play offense.
If you don't have the horses on offense, and I'm not trying to downgrade what Etienne's looked great as a receiver, but he's not a receiver. Like, he's not going to me, run the full route tree, have the ability to high point the ball, have the same kind of hands. He's got good hands for a running back.
Sure.
Travis Hunter's got exceptional hands. You see it when he's out there on the field. It's just the way he plucks the ball out of the air. He doesn't body catch it. He doesn't double catch it. It sticks in those hands. We saw it time after time at Colorado when in contested catch situations or what have you. Ball's a little behind him. He just snatches that thing, man. So, look, I get what you're saying and you're concerned for it. There will probably be weeks where he does concentrate more on defense, but this is not what they bought into, man. This is not like their vision. I really believe that whether they had this actual conversation, this is kind of what went on in their heads. They looked ahead, Tony. Every GM gets fired eventually. Every coach gets fired. And what do they often do after their first time? The first time they try to play it tight, close to the vest, do it by the book. And then they go, you know what? If I get another shot, the hell with it. I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
Right? I think the Jags said, no, this is the shot. And I am going to do it my way. And I am going to be bold. And I'm going to go out there with no fear and get this guy because we think he is in a different category of athlete. We've heard Prisco say that they told him they feel like he's got the conditioning of a marathon runner, for instance. To me, again, it's not going to be the conditioning aspect of it. Now, could it be wear and tear? But in terms of like the lung capacity, the ability to go, I think he is as well positioned to do that.
No doubt.
Based on his track record as anybody. Anybody can get hurt. Like, this thing keeps coming up. How's he going to tackle Derrick Henry? How is
Nobody
Wiggins
tackles him.
going to tackle Derrick Henry at 165 pounds?
Like, who's the corner that matches up well with Derrick Henry?
And I know Nate Wiggins got drafted to the Ravens, so he doesn't need to worry about it except in practice. But the same idea holds. There are plenty of slender cornerbacks that have no business sticking their nose in against Derrick Henry, and they might have to do it. But you hope by that point, like, the horse is out of the barn, my man. I mean, if you're the corner having to come up and get Derrick Henry, they probably sealed you off, and he's gotten outside containment broken, and look out.
Your only hope is to slow him down enough that the cavalry can get there.
Right, or not get posterized by a stiff arm. All right, so Davante Adams on the Pivot podcast. You'll hear Channing Crowder asking him about this, but Davante's been one of the best receivers in the league for quite a while now, and was asked to weigh in on what Travis Hunter's going to attempt to do.
Stupid, man. But going to lock up you next series, now going to run routes against the Rams defense, and then going to lock up you. Can somebody do that in the league? In college, he did it, but my whole thing, I think he can do it, but I don't know if he can play. That's 120, 130 snaps a game.
I don't even think it's possible to do for real, not at a high level, and then go in there. It's hard enough to go cover a punt and then be on one side, and I haven't done it. I'm not acting like I'm on kickoff or a punt, but I see the dudes, and I know you got your guys, and you see the yardage of my yardage over the game versus somebody that starts on offense and then plays special teams as well. Like, that's just a lot of mileage, man, and I don't know how long. I'm not even concerned so much if he can do it over the course of a game or a season. It's more like, how long is his career going to be?
Don't know. We'll find out, right? I mean, like, I get it. It's legitimate, but I think part of it, just because you can't do it, you can't fathom somebody else doing it because you are a high-level player at one of those positions. You're one of the best in the league, Tony. There are just guys like, at an age where you're at your athletic peak, right? You could run whatever. Somebody could run faster. There's always somebody faster with more endurance, whatever. And, I mean, he's done it to a degree. Now, I get it. He's not going against the same caliber of athletes. But in terms of the mileage run, he's still running up and down that field at Colorado at a mile-high altitude.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
They're going to figure out whether or not it can be done.
And it's this kind of attitude. And I'm not saying this in a negative way towards Davante Adams, right? I understand his perspective, right? I'm hoping it's completely wrong. And maybe he's like, hey, maybe he can do it for a game. Maybe he can do it for a year. And maybe he can't do it for 10, 15 years. I don't know. Can he do it for the next 3 to 5 at a super high level? And by that point, is he a star at one of those spots? And maybe he's just a part-time player at the other? Maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was talking about that last night in his pod with Ocho Cinco. And he was like, beginning of my career, this is Shannon Sharp talking. He's like, I was 22, 23. Like, I could play Sunday and I wasn't sore. He said, but ask me when I'm like 26, 27. He goes, yeah, I need those couple of days off because, like, the guys I have to turn around now and play on Thursday. He's like, yeah, I'd feel that, a couple of years in my career. But when I'm 22, 23, like Travis Hunter is right now, he goes, you don't feel it.
But even with that, there are exceptions to the rule, right? I mean, it used to be tennis players burned out in their early to mid-20s, right? And then along came some guys with greater longevity, greater endurance, and the bar keeps getting moved athletically. Look, I'll say this attitude that is going to be heard from a lot of people. If Travis Hunter can do this successfully, you want to talk about the spotlight that's on him now?
Man.
When everyone's going out there publicly on record, he can't do it. I doubt it. He's not going to be, that's great. Great story at Colorado. If he does that to y'all, then what's your excuse? What Anthony Richardson begging out as a quarterback needed to tap out because he was tired on a play. What's your excuse, buddy?
Yeah.
This guy's running all over creation.
Just marvel at it.
Yeah.
Right. And they will. Like the guys that I didn't feel anything from Davante, as you said. I'm not surprised he said it. I don't think it's an unfair take, in the Travis Hunter thing.
I wasn't mad.
But he does sound like he's in a place where when it works, if it works, he'll just be like, wow.
Right. Here's Grant Udinski, Jaguars offensive coordinator, on the prospect of Hunter playing both ways in the NFL.
Well, I've certainly never seen it before, so you can't compare it to anything else. I don't know that it'll ever be not impressive because of the mental and physical strain of it, but I guess hopefully the hope is that we do get used to that eventually, but certainly right now, every time he's switching back and forth, it's new to me.
Yeah, I don't know that you get used to it. I think every time it happens, you're like, wow.
We're a little accustomed to it. We're like,
it's not going to surprise you anymore when it happens, but it's still like, how?
Right. It was like the PFT saying the other day, Liam Cohen went on with Rich Eisen, and he's like, yeah, I think he can win offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I guess this means he's really going to play both ways. Like, duh!
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, yes, no one's hiding it.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. We're not going to roll this out. Oh, we got the Carolina Panthers on their heels. They don't know what's going to hit them with number 12 here. No, they know exactly what's going to hit them. I'm sure they're going to game plan.
No doubt.
For how they're going to try to wear them out.
Joe C. caught up with Darnell Savage, who's obviously fighting for a safety position here with the football team. But if we're talking to anybody, we're going to ask him about one of his teammates there in the defensive backfield and the offensive side, obviously, because he's playing both ways. But Darnell Savage was asked about the energy that Travis Hunter brings to the team.
The thing with Travis, man, he's freakishly athletic, So right now, a lot of the things are he can just let his technique do a lot of the work for him and then let the athleticism take over. With young guys, sometimes it tends to be an opposite way around. You rely on athleticism a little bit more, but it's a lot easier on you when you think technique first. But he's a sponge, man. He's anxious and excited to learn. He comes in every day with the right attitude, right mindset, obviously. I know you guys see all the tweets and stuff about him dancing all the time, never getting tired. But he's just got a great energy around him. It's infectious, so we're glad to have him.
All right, we'll get more from Darnell Savage coming up. He could be fighting to start. He could be fighting for a roster spot. Mm-hmm. Who knows, right? Go inside the mind of Darnell Savage and where he stands. Also, Brenton Strange, Jaguars starting tight end. Going to hear from him. There's always going to be more on Travis Hunter. Your question of the day, which pair will have the better combined year? Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker is option A. Option B, It's Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. Which way are you going to go? You can vote at MD_1010XL on Twitter. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Andersen Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. The Everbank London Getaway Experience. One lucky winner and a guest get round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Jags play in London. Everbank.com/London for official rules. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Everbank London Getaway Sweeps entry period 7/28/25 to 9/5/25. Enter and get official rules and details at everbank.com/London.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Circa Resort and Casino has 2 epic pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Circa Million, pick 5 games weekly against the spread for $1 million grand prize. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no spread. Last one standing wins $15 million. Enter at any Circa in Nevada, play anywhere. Sign up for either and get 50% off a 2-night stay. Helmets and Heels will be live from Circa in Vegas on August 22nd. Full contest details at circasports.com and the 1010XL homepage.
When your plumbing backs up, your septic's acting shady, or your AC quits on a 95-degree day, who are you going to call? Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Don't take just our word for it. Here's what real customers are saying about their experience with our company.
Megan in the office was so helpful and polite. Scheduling was easy, and the tech showed up right on time.
From plumbing and septic to air conditioning, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with all kinds of sports for kids ages 3 to 17. Fall and winter registration is open right now, like girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of co-ed programs in the Tri-County area to keep your kids active. And being part of a team creates great camaraderie and commitment. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay, sign up now for the fall and winter. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. That's i9sports.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
It's hurricane season. Protect your home with 904 Gutters with a Z. That's right. Z as in zone defense for your home. Water damage hits hard. 904 Gutters with a Z hits back harder. Search 904 Gutters with a Z and make the right call.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, when a customer goes to buy a diamond, how do they know what they are getting?
Frank, that's a good question because what they know comes from the assurances given by the seller, and they can only judge based on the knowledge and reputation of the selling store. Now, over the last 25 years, I've seen some customers misled, and unfortunately, Underwoods was the bearer of bad news too many times. In the 1980s, we saw diamonds brought in with exaggerated grades and no laboratory grading reports. Then in the 90s, we saw some of the poorest cut diamonds ever, even though they had laboratory reports on weight, color, and clarity. Then the American Gem Society opened a laboratory and started grading diamonds for cut, and poorly cut diamonds got priced for what they were. Now we see diamonds from the internet and other places where diamonds are bought sight unseen with a lab report and a bogus appraisal. Unfortunately, not all those diamonds match the reports they're sold with, but how would a customer know? Probably today more than ever, the truest statement is, if you don't know diamonds, you better know a jeweler you can trust.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, more Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Do you think anybody in the Jaguar fan base tone is tired of hearing about Travis Hunter at this point in time?
There may be a few people, but
right, they're like, again, Travis Hunter.
Real small.
It's the biggest national story having to do with this team. I do wonder, will we reach a point where his teammates are like, maybe they don't say it, but like, I'm the backup guard, man. Why are you asking me about Travis Hunter? Kind of thing. But I do think that his personality makes that time in the distant future, right? Like that big smile, the energy. I mean, look, obviously you got to be super confident in your abilities, but he doesn't come off as a cocky guy at all. You know, can you be a humble two-way superstar? I don't know, humble. It's not like I know Travis Hunter personally. I just feel like
as big as his personality is, it's not like he is annoying to anyone.
No, he's genuinely positive.
Yeah.
You know, he's great with kids. Obviously, you see that, and I do think that smile is very disarming. He's out there. You know, what's he doing? He's not going, hey, look at it. He's dancing. He's a young guy. He's like, man, I'm living my best life. How many guys wish that they could do this? You know, when you played backyard football when you were a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Played both ways.
Absolutely.
Right? Dylan Denmark's got a bunch of guys over at Baldwin that play both ways. And you think, well, eventually you got to specialize. Well, most people do. Most people are not Travis Hunter. So I do think, like, at some point, it's just human nature. You're going to be like, bro, like, what about me? What about Dewey? Ask about Dewey. How's Dewey doing? How's Caleb Ransom doing? How's somebody else doing? Anybody else?
Yeah, but like even the answer we just played from Savage, right? Like being asked, like you could feel the energy.
Yeah,
it's
he's like, man, he brings the juice and it's fun. And he's such a good guy.
Yeah, like he's doing everything the right way. He's fun to be around. He picks us all up, right? Like,
Well, it's what, you know, we played that clip leading into the show and playing for one of our training camp opens for the program where James Gladstone's like, he's tremendous player, but he's a tremendous person as well. You got to have that makeup. And if this guy were a diva and a pain, I mean, you could be. If you gave all this and you're expecting this out of me. Now,
if it was going to happen, it would have happened.
Well, if it's going to happen, it'll show up when it's time to get that first contract.
Yeah.
Because you're slotted in the NFL. And yes, how much is guaranteed or when you get that money can be different. But I mean, what are we going to see in 3 years? If Travis Hunter is, let's say he's made a Pro Bowl on each side, right? And just one in the first, let's say 4 years, right? Because you're eligible for a contract after 3.
Yep.
Or an extension. So let's say in the first 4 years, he makes a Pro Bowl on each side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
What's that number going to be, Tone?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, are you going to say like Chase is making 40 or whatever at that point, or whomever that guy is at the top of the wide receiver heap? So he's getting 40. Top corner's getting 28 or whatever he's getting. Like, do I get 68? Seriously.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
I don't know what the math on that will be.
Let's hope we have that problem, honestly. Like, you know, you want the problem where this guy's going to be expensive. Yeah, because he's good. I don't, you know, don't Jerry Jones this one. And I don't think they would, right? Like Jerry Jones, like, don't worry about it, man. We'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We gave him 60, and 35 was as a wideout, and 25 as a corner.
Thinking about being as young as this brain trust is and pushing all their chips in on this plan.
I know.
Right? Like,
bold, man.
Bold, right? And think about how we sit here, and who knows how it would have gone. Imagine, though, if we had you look at what the Browns did with those picks. Mason Graham, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
You know, you look out of shape.
Yeah. Like everything since then has been positive on all the reports on him.
The 36th pick is Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah.
Who
he's dealing with his own
embroiled
things.
And who knows, maybe it would have been our 36th pick, right? Mm-hmm. If we were, and maybe it would have been Genty, and it probably would have been from what we got. But you get the idea. Like if they had that could have been in play to go now that we know exactly how early they're willing to go for running back.
Right.
And Genty was in the picture. So I don't know. It's fun to track. And it's the reason eyeballs outside of Duval are going to be on the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. All right, let's get back to a few thoughts here from Darnell Savage before we turn the page. Coming up on hour 2 here shortly. We're about, 35 minutes away from Hayes Carline with a camp report. Joining us from the Frangie Show. Joe C. caught up with Darnell Savage yesterday, and one of the things he talked about was his new defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile, and how he has an ability to make it tough on opposing quarterbacks?
Just a lot of diversity, a lot of different people doing different stuff. Some of the same calls with people doing different jobs. Just kind of it makes it tough on quarterbacks. With disguises and people going here, going there. A little bit of pressures here and there. Some exotic stuff. So it's fun, especially just learning it. It's a lot of ins and outs, fine details that make things like this pop. So we're just enjoying the process, just learning from each other. Including prior experiences from prior places in the past. Some of the other people we work with. So in totality, it's been a good experience.
Savage was brought in last year in free agency and made a starter pretty quickly at one of the safety positions for the 2024 Jags. This year, he's still going to be in a battle, potentially for a starting job, maybe for a roster spot. We just don't know how all of it's going to work out, but Joe C. asked him about the battle that he's going through right now for one of those starting safety spots.
Oh, man, it's good. The good thing about that is we're all brothers, man. We're out here and we're pushing ourselves each and every day regardless. We don't necessarily need the extra external stuff in there. When we're in the meeting room, we're working together. We're trying to help each other get better. If I see something, I'm going to say something. If they see something, they're going to say something. So just having that relationship and just being a pro about it, what I'm saying? The main goal is to win. That's what we're here for. So, however it shakes out, however it plays out, as long as we win, I think we'll all be happy.
All right, listed again as a co-starter along with Eric Murray at the strong safety position for Darnell Savage. The guy's played nickel. He does, look, they love versatility, Tone, and he does bring that to the secondary. Yeah. So does Caleb Branshaw, by the way. The ability, and so does Jordan Lewis. So does Jarian Jones, right? I mean, these are guys that can play nickel or they can play outside corner, or in the case of Branshaw, he's done nickel. He can play free safety, they hope. Same thing with Darnell Savage now at strong here. And with all this going on, you got a very young team. He was asked by Joe C. if he's taken on more of a leadership role this year.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of guys that are kind of, have been around and seen different things. Guys that have been here, guys that have been in other places. We added some new pieces this year. So it's really just all hands on deck. Really all hands on deck. Everybody's trying to pitch in and do what they can to help this team win. And I think that's what makes it special. We're all out here. We're just working together. We don't see any, there's no animosity or anything like that. We're just out here working, trying to get better each and every day, perfect our craft.
Well, it's not in my hands with Darnell Savage. Love to know right now internally what they think. Does he need to show out in these preseason games? Is his versatility kind of keeping him on the roster mentally right now, or is he really playing for his Jaguar career in the next 3 weeks to make sure he makes his 53-man cut? We'll find out. Poll right now, to 51 to 49%. So we got a tight one today. Which of these Jaguar duos will have the better combined seasons this year? Hines-Allen and Trayvon, or BTJ and Hunter? Those are your choices. So you tell us which combo you have more confidence in showing out in 2025. We're more Jaguars Today straight ahead, including a visit with Hayes Carline coming up in less than 25 minutes. Get his camp report from earlier today. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. From pit road to victory lane.
The sun setting behind him, the wind at his back.
This Sunday at Watkins Glen.
The checkered flag is in the air.
NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on 1010XL.
Tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. It's Renewal by Anderson's triple savings month. Get $300 off windows and $825 off patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires August 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Jaguars Today Thursday is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
Let PGA pros straighten your morning drive with Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser on Brunch with the Tour, Tuesday morning at 8:30 on 1010XL. Teed up by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Clearwater Irrigation. Brunch provided by Chick-fil-A.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings, tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails. All in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape. And you're home for sports, too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet.
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Reach Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Go, here we go. Let's go. It's live now. Let's go.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
The best news for the Jags today, Brian Thomas Jr. right back out there at practice after a day off. Didn't feel well yesterday, and then you always like, is it more? Is it whatever, you know? Let's get back out there and practice. Guys do get sick on occasion. You know, this whole thing with Eric Armstead, I hear a lot of people, doesn't love football. He doesn't this, man, is it possible the guy's hurt? Just hurt? Like, and people are saying, well, he's been standing around for days, and the Jags were saying veteran rest day. They don't have to tell you if he's hurt, right? And maybe they just got to the point where he's going to be out an extended period of time, so they're like, well, here's what it is, right? I mean, never forget how they did Fred Taylor back in the day.
No doubt.
Questionable for weeks on the injury report when there was 0% chance he was going to play. And for Fred, why can't you play? Questionable. It's a coin flip, 50-50. All these weeks, you couldn't come out on the positive side. My groin muscle is torn off the bone. Oh, didn't know that, because they're not going to tell you that, because coaches just hate to give that information out. Any kind of competitive advantage that they think it might give.
Like, I do think fans, and I'm in this camp to some degree, I'm probably not, like, we've talked about the Armstead thing, and you've heard me say it. Like, I've never said anything that even implies what you just said some fans are saying about Armstead. I don't believe any of that.
I don't know what the story is, but
like,
neither does anybody else, really.
Right, like, I'm waiting to hear what it's going to be, but I can understand if there's a significant portion of the fan base, after how his first year here went for Eric Armstead, and I still don't feel like we have all that clear an answer on why he was doing what he was doing. Like, I don't necessarily buy what he said to John Oehser. Totally. I don't know that I do. I know what he said happened, that they said they were going to play him on the outside. Like, I don't know how much I buy that part of it, me personally, so I can understand fans that look at it and say, what's been going on with this guy since he got here?
Right.
Right. And now this is going on too, so it just piles on. I don't look at it as he's not serious about football or any of the, I think he's hurt, and it's why he's not playing. And I'll accept that as the explanation for why Eric Armstead hasn't been on the field yet. He's hurt. Fine. Right? Like, the questions I had about it, as I've said, I'm still curious about what the interior of this defensive line is going to look like in 2025. And to this point, all the Armstead stuff just allows me to stay nervous about what that's going to look like because you're getting no reason not to.
Very fair to feel nervous about. I just don't know, if
I'm not going to do it questioning whether or not he's hurt.
I don't know, right? I'm going to assume he is hurt.
Yeah.
Right? That they're not going to just let this be what? You think you're going to get a new contract? It's not like a hold-in. It's not like, or are you just really trying to get out of training camp? I don't know. I mean,
if he's done playing football, just say it at some point. And if you were going to do that, he'd be a major villain. If that's how this story finished, I don't expect that to be the way the story finishes, and I'm not trying to get ahead of it, and it sounds like some fans are. I'm nowhere near that point.
All right. Let's table that for now. Liam Cohen, according to multiple reports, says everyone plays on Saturday. Okay? How long will be determined.
Okay.
So starter's going to play. We'll have a conversation with Mike Tomlin today about what the Steelers are going to do when it comes to playing starters. But Liam Cohen says we will play everybody in this game. And how long that is, we'll find out.
Good to hear.
But so you're going to be worth showing up for, which, by the way, I got some extra tickets.
Oh, nice.
I do have some extra tickets to the game. I had a friend who was going to go, and then he turned out he couldn't. Had a bad back. True story. True story. That is a true story. His name is not Eric Armstead.
It's going around.
But maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Stop the cap.
I got 4. I might split them up into a couple pair. But,
cool. Yeah.
Well, why not? And they're making sure they're going in Jaguar fan hands.
No doubt.
All right. So, Tony, why don't you take us on a quick look around the rest of the NFL?
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
Ian Rappaport reported yesterday that LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is dealing with an aggravated disc and has been receiving epidurals to help in his recovery from that injury. The team reportedly is still planning for him to be ready for
Does he
week
love
1.
football, Matt Stafford?
I think he does.
I'm questioning.
Carolina cornerback J.C. Horn was involved in a car accident on his way to practice yesterday. He needed stitches on an injury to his left hand from the incident. Horn did not participate in practice yesterday, and head coach Dave Canales said that he would not be playing in their preseason game on Friday. The Minnesota Vikings continue to hold wide receiver Justin Jefferson out of practice as he works to return from a hamstring injury. Tight end TJ Hawkinson was able to get back on the practice field after missing some time due to a hip/leg injury. Buffalo running back James Cook is continuing his hold in that began on Sunday after participating in the Bills offseason and training camp up until that point, not practicing again yesterday. The Bills have waived linebacker Balen Spector with an injury designation, so if he clears waivers, he would go to IR. There for the Bills, Cleveland head coach Kevin Stefanski said yesterday that Shedeur Sanders would be getting the start for the Browns in preseason week 1. Also said that Tyler Huntley, who they signed earlier this week, will be the only other quarterback available to play in this game for them. The LA Chargers have officially signed Keenan Allen. The NFL has suspended free agent safety Tracy Walker for the first 12 games of the season. And preseason week 1 begins tonight with Indianapolis at Baltimore at 7 o'clock, Las Vegas at Seattle at 10, both being carried live on NFL Network. If you want to watch some live preseason football, it starts
sure,
tonight.
Why not? Yeah. I mean, it's going to be slightly better than the Hall of Fame game, I think, but slightly. So, all right, there you go. Let's see, a couple of updates from practice. Practice is concluded now for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but Rick Ballou, there's some of the tweets from 11 on 11s that he put out there. Trevor Lawrence, Parker Washington for an impressive gain. ETN running ferociously in 11 on 11s. Lawrence Thomas Jr. for 20 yards or so during 11 on 11, so he looks fine. Hooking up with De'Ami Brown for a TD and team as well. Another rollout and completion to Brian Thomas Jr., utilize the feet. Get out of the pocket. Be willing to run, but extend plays. Let's see it. Hunter drop over the middle from Lawrence. Gasp. He's got to be exhausted, Tony. See, I knew he couldn't do this. You know that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
First time he as a fumble or a drop pass or anything.
Yep.
Could have picked that one off and didn't. He's tired. That's what it's going to be. Jamal St. Cyr had this one. Trevor Lawrence to Brenton Strange opened down the sideline for a touchdown. Looks like he was released by Devin Lloyd and no one picked him up. Oh, damn. Where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
A Jaguar defender releases him thinking he has help on the back end, and the help is nowhere to be found. Please, no. Please, no. Don't let this be a thing again. Glad Trevor recognized it. Glad he hooked up with Strange for the touchdown. Not going to be happy if that is Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, whether it's preseason or anything, obviously, in the regular season. All right. Hour 2 on the way. Hayes Carline, 20 minutes away. The Hammer will give us his training camp takes. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. 1010XL.
Who's having a good time?
Duval's Good Timin' Sports Talk Radio.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
You're locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnit Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care. At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, got a minute?
Always. What's on your mind?
This time of year, my air conditioner is running non-stop. Hot all day, hot all night. It has to run constantly just to keep up.
Well, that's what they do.
But if something happens to it in the middle of a 2-week heat wave, I'm in trouble, Jason. I can't wait 3 days or 2 days or even the next day for service. If you can't get someone here today, I'm sweating by tonight. What if it breaks, Jason?
You call me, pal. That's what we do. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
But you're probably swamped with calls from everyone else's AC that ran nonstop and then broke in a heat wave, so they called you because that's what you do.
But we always have room for an emergency. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we have techs standing by because we know these things happen.
So I don't need to worry. Wow. That time you calmed me down without even using the sunglasses.
Oh, I was reaching for them.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The best game day parking in all of Duval is at Tailgaters Parking. Are you ready for some football? Tailgaters is just steps away on the east side of the stadium. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and secure your season parking pass today.
Living on Amelia Island? Having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories, and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Baker Glass. Florida men's basketball emerged from the toughest conference in recent history as national champions. And the Southeastern Conference has announced a 2026 league schedule filled with marquee matchups for the defending champs, which include UF hosting Saturday games against Tennessee, Auburn, and Alabama. Right now, 82 degrees at 11 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, let's take a little look-see at how close things are right now. Your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day is right there, 51-49. I'm not going to tell you who. Don't want to sway the vote. Don't want anybody trying to tighten it up. But which of these Jaguar duos will have the better combined seasons in 2025? Is it Hines-Allen and Trayvon? Is it BTJ and Travis Hunter? Those are your options, and obviously very evenly split right now. We'll give you our thoughts on who we suspect are more likely to have it this year. Honestly, I think that goes to tell you how bullish people are on Travis Hunter. Like, all those other guys are established. So for the fact that he's right there with Brian Thomas neck and neck, and I get it. If you were to name who's the best player on the Jags,
BTJ.
I think BTJ wins it.
Yeah.
Over Hines-Allen, over Trayvon, right? Like, if you did guys who've at least played a year in the league, certainly everything's a projection with Travis Hunter. I love to say at the end of the year, damn, Trevor Lawrence. MVP.
Absolutely.
MVP type season.
Yeah.
Be fantastic. Not there yet. All right. Brenton Strange, we mentioned, caught that touchdown, blown coverage out there at practice. Not his fault. Right? I see Kay Adams coming out to Jaguar camp tomorrow. Programming note, by the way, David Garrard starts next Monday.
Yes, he does.
With us. I will not be here Monday, but Garrard will. Logs will be in on Tuesday. We'll be close. We won't be fully back on our in-season schedule yet, but heading in that direction. Yeah, definitely. All right, Brenton Strange, how's camp gone for him so far?
Yeah, I think it's been a learning experience, just coming out here and adjusting, obviously being in a different role, how I want to approach every single day, and how that'll be just to kind of, put my best foot forward to get myself ready mentally, spiritually, and physically for the game. So I'll say it's been a learning experience, but I think I've been getting better every single day, so I can't complain.
I mean, I think clearly Tony's far and away the biggest receiving asset in that room. You watch practice. You don't have to know that much other than look at the history of Hunter Long and Johnny Munt. They've never been very much in the way of pass catchers.
No.
But, man, it's easy to get sucked into the offseason. If you watch practice every day, and I try to get out there every time they're open, I've missed one or two. But Brenton Strange is a big factor in the red zone. I don't know once you get to the regular season, though. You got a team that wants to run the ball a bunch. You got to feed Brian Thomas. Travis Hunter can sky and create separation in a short area. Tight end is always a nice safety valve. I think people get excited. They see these numbers. I think if Brenton Strange scores like 5 touchdowns this year, has like 45 catches, I don't know exactly what the yardage total, I think, and does what the work he is required to do in the run game, that'll be a hell of a season for Brenton Strange.
And that's something when we've talked about Strange going over the course of the offseason, that's around where I've thought it would wind up for Brenton Strange. And as I've said, every time the discussion has come up, I'll say it again here because we're talking Brenton Strange. I think he can do whatever you want him to do. If you wanted him to be a star, right, on that side, I think he could be. Like, if you just wanted to feature him, I think he'd be fine. If you wanted to do that with the offense, I don't expect that to be the way Cohen's going to go with the offense. So I do think it's going to be somewhere in the 40s, 4 to 5 touchdowns. I think that's where it's going to wind up, and that's going to be a good season for Brenton Strange. I'm not going to get too hyped up about how bigger numbers in that form, but it's not because I don't think he could. It's because I think the offense is going to kind of naturally limit it to that kind of thing for Brenton Strange. It is a new role. Evan Ingram is gone. It's a new head coach, obviously a new offense, so a lot new for Brenton Strange, and he was asked about how different the new role is going to be for him.
I honestly, from a playing aspect, I don't think it's much different because obviously Evan was down last year for a lot of games, so I had to take on that role. But it was different. I was in and out of it, So, and when you're in and out of it, obviously the reps are different, the roles are different. What you're going to be asked to do in the game plan is different. So that changed week to week, in which it kind of messed with me a little bit last year, just trying to understand and feel my way and trying to always prepare. But I think something that I've done good ever since I've honestly been in college and that my college coaches taught me was to always prepare like you're going to be the starter. And I think that paid off for me last year. And no matter if I was the starter or whatever it was last year, that's how I always prepared.
Man, I still wonder, will they miss the dynamic athleticism of Evan Ingram, in the passing game? Don't know.
Yeah.
And I get it. They have a
chose
vision.
to punt it, so.
Right. And that doesn't mean, everyone going to get their successes and their failures. Dave Caldwell decided to move on from some vets, regretted it later on. So you never know. Yeah. And Evan Ingram, from all accounts, has been looking fantastic out there in Denver in what they call the Joker role in Sean Payton's offense. But hey, I hope Brenton Strange can give them what they need. It's not they apparently don't feel like they need that 90 catch tight end, right? And that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a lot of talent, we believe, some of it unproven in the wide receiver core. At least 4 deep, I feel pretty good with from what I've seen. And that's not to slight Joshua Cephas. I've just seen training camp flashes in the pan before, so I want to see him continue the success, and you want to lean into the running game heavily. You look down in Tampa last year, Cade Otton had a big 3-game stretch, but it was really a big 3-game stretch. Chris Godwin had gotten hurt in week 6, and they kind of filled his role in with Jalen McMillan, other receivers a little bit, and then Mike Evans went down.
Yep.
So they're missing the top 2, and then Liam Cohen made a shift and really focused on getting the ball to Cade Otton, and he put up almost maybe the majority of his numbers in that 3-game stretch right there. So Brenton Strange was asked, how close he paid attention to or went back and looked at what Liam Cohen has done with his tight ends and how that might benefit him.
I do, and I don't only watch Cade Otton. I watch Tyler Higbee, TJ Hawkinson. Those guys are also in the same roles, and they're elite tight ends. So, it's good to have somebody that's gone out there and done it at a high level. So I do watch them. I watch them a lot, just how they run their routes and a lot of things, how they block and everything. So it's good to have a person that has done it at elite level.
All right. They're not all elite tight ends. I mean, Tyler Higbee's an okay player. You know what I mean? Everyone just wants to give everyone the top level praise.
Sure. Why not? You're being asked about it.
I guess.
You answer it the way you answer it, that kind of thing. But yeah, Tyler Higbee's not an elite player in the league. There's a handful of elite tight ends in the league.
Cade Otton's not an elite player in the league.
No.
He's a nice player. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Right. And TJ Hawkinson, if he ever stays healthy for a long stretch of time, maybe it could be.
Yeah. He's a could-be elite kind of tight end. One more here from Brenton Strange, and let's get it back to the field here in Jacksonville. And he was asked about how his relationship with quarterback Trevor Lawrence has grown going from last year into this year.
For sure. I think that there has to be a trust factor. And I think that each day I'm coming out here and just trying to earn Trevor's trust more and more, because that's a big part of it, He's had a relationship with obviously BT. BT was there for him all last year. And then, like I said, I was in and out of games last year, so I wasn't always the guy that he was throwing the balls to or whatever it was. So I think that that's a big thing for me, is just coming out here and just not only proving to Trevor, but proving to the coaches and proving to my teammates as well that I can be a reliable playmaker for this team.
I think Trevor does trust him. I mean, he does look for him a lot. And again, we'll see if that carries over in the regular season and what kind of plays are called. That's a big determining factor as well. But I think, for what they're asking him to do. Brenton Strange has looked really good, but again, it's a setting where a lot of guys look really good.
Yeah.
And beat Carolina. You can look bad for the next month. We're going to kill you when you do, but it'll all get wiped away.
Yeah.
If you go out there and win some early season games.
Yeah, and exciting to know we're going to see Brenton Strange play on Saturday. They're all playing.
Apparently they're all playing, according to Liam Cohen, who spoke after practice yesterday. Again, amount of playing time to be determined, but I can guarantee you this. Whoever they think the best 5 offensive linemen better be playing when Trevor's out there. And you'll get a sense of who they think that is right now based on how long they keep those guys in the game. Maybe they will mix and match if Trevor goes a couple of series. Who knows? All right, we'll come back with the Hammer. He knows a lot. He doesn't know everything, but he knows a lot. Hayes Carline of the Frangie Show joins us with his look at Jaguar training camp. Straight ahead on Jaguars Today here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Door Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. When it comes to your favorite football team, John Osher is oh so sure to find the inside insight to keep you up to date. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Jaguars Today Thursday is hitched to Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Pick it here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
When you buy online, you really cannot tell because you're not looking at the stone. So it's impossible to buy a stone online that you can really see everything about it. You have to buy a diamond in person.
That's John Lupo at Beard's Diamonds, who says one big mistake is trying to buy a diamond online. Because each diamond is unique, you need to examine it for yourself.
Otherwise, you can get fooled, you can get tricked, and that's not a good thing when you're spending thousands of dollars.
At Beard's, John's son Ben says they give each customer the ability to compare multiple diamonds in their price range. Not just on paper, but up close inside and outside.
Go outside in the natural daylight. That's the best test to be able to see the exact color in the stone, see the brilliance in the stone, and the fire and the scintillation, which is very, very important.
People want to know what they're spending this money on, and they also want to be protected.
That's why Beards takes it a step farther with a money-back guarantee and a trade-up policy that guarantees you will always get what you paid when you upgrade. Buy with confidence at locally owned Beards Diamonds in St. John's Town Center.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie, and I got to tell you, I can't fix anything. I would be so lost with plumbing problems if not for Duck Duck Rooter. But everybody knows to call the Duck. Well, I do too. Whether it's plumbing, air conditioning, septic, they handle all of it, and nobody does a better job than our friends at Duck Duck Rooter. Any of those needs you have, call them today, 904-862-6769, or go to duckduckrooter.com. If you've got problems, call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll handle it. I guarantee it.
Tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. It's Renewal by Anderson's triple savings month. Get $300 off windows and $825 off patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires August 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
Can't touch this.
Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, time to talk to the Hammer, Hayes Carline, who's out there every moment of media availability when your Jacksonville Jaguars are on the practice field and always with astute observations. Hayes, good morning, sir. How are you? Thanks for the time.
Good morning, gentlemen. Always great to talk with you.
All right. Apparently, Liam Cohen expressed that we will see the starters on Saturday. How much to be determined? What would you like to see, Hayes, out of the first team for the Jacksonville Jaguars this week?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And I thought it was really interesting that Robert Hainsey was the one that sort of went up to Liam and said, we need to play. So that's a good sign that this is a good group and, that they don't want to waste the opportunity. So, you hope everybody stays healthy, obviously, but they need to get out there. And, we're a month away from the opener, and it's time to crank it up a little bit. You're not going to have 20 snaps, for your key guys, but I think it's good to get out there and get a little bit of work. And you just hope that the injury bug doesn't bite. I mean, I think in terms of what you're looking for is explosive offense, which I'd be surprised if you don't see a little bit of that. Again, if they only get 10 snaps, then you may only get, a couple of splash plays. But, I think that's this team's superpower. Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter and De'Ami Brown and Brenton Strange. And I tell you, I've really been impressed with the screen game. They hit a nice one to ETN today. And just compared to what we've seen in the past, I think Liam Cohen has really been able to unlock a lot more in that screen game, the quick passing game. And I think it'll be fun to see how they execute that against the Steelers. And and going down the line, they've got some pretty good depth in the room. So, I think it's going to be the first step towards deciding some of these battles.
Hayes, we know that the eval on the offensive line doesn't really begin till the pads go on, right? So they haven't been on all that long here in this process, but how much better, in your mind, does the offensive line look than it has the last two seasons to this point?
I was impressed with the run blocking early, but then they struggled in goal line yesterday, which is a concern. Now Makari is still not doing like team stuff and one-on-ones as he ramps it back up. So you're down one of your obviously better linemen. But I think the run blocking had been pretty good to that point. But they were like 0 for 4 trying to punch it in yesterday. So. And then Walker Little and Anton Harrison have had issues with Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. I don't put it's a concern, but I also think that Hines-Allen and Walker are elite at what they do. So, it's still a work in progress. I mean, again, the opener is a month from today, and I think it's gotten cloudier. Maybe in a good way, though, cloudier in terms of who their starting five is going to be, because Chuma Adoga has been really good at right guard. Makari can help you anywhere. Right guard is actually the spot he's played the least amount. So I'm still really interested in seeing exactly who the starting five is when Carolina gets here, because I think it's still very much up in the air.
Yeah, we all tend to agree. And I think going in, Makari might have been the guy we felt the best about securing a spot. But, the door got open. Chuma Edoga has played well. The full story yet to be written over the next month. Hayes, on the other side, Eric Armstead, I'm going to have to accept he's got some kind of back issue, right? I don't know what's going on with Eric Armstead. He's not out there. I don't get the sense that he's just trying to take training camp off. That's me personally. But we see Mason Smith still working off to the side. How concerned are you about this team's ability to create pressure from that position, but also just stopping the run and not letting other opposing offenses dictate pace to them all game?
Yeah, my concern level is still pretty low in both of those situations.
Okay.
Just because, we do still have a month before the opener. So, as long as Armstead in the next, I'd say, 10 days can get out there, then I don't think it's been a big loss that he hasn't been able to participate to this point. Mason should be close to returning. So I would think maybe even next week, maybe you see Mason Smith start to get ramped up. He's obviously a younger player, so you'd like him to have as much of camp as possible. But I'm not really worried about Armstead. I just think that where he is in his career, it's a 17-game season. I understand he doesn't have a lot of political capital as a Jaguar, but he's been in this league a long time, and I think it's fine if he takes another week or so before he feels like it's time to get out there, because he doesn't have as much gas in the tank as a lot of these other players do on this roster. It's a pretty young team, but Armstead obviously has a lot of wear and tear. And so, to try and limit him in camp, I'm sure it can be frustrating at times to not have him out there. But I think at the end of the day, they'll be better off making sure that he's as fresh as possible for the start of the regular season.
Hayes, I think most people would agree that it's not like the secondary could get any worse than it was last year, right? Like, they'd be having to do some serious work to try to be worse than they were last season. But what improvement have you seen from the back end of the defense so far in camp?
Yeah, it's a couple of things. It starts with they're not blowing coverages at all. Like, I can count. I think I've seen once. And again, I'm a novice, so maybe there's been something that Anthony Campanile would be like, no, this was wrong. I'm sure there has been. But from a novice standpoint, there hasn't been like receivers waving their arms in the middle of the field, 30 yards down the field with no one within, 10 yards of them. De'Ami Brown had a long gain a few days ago where he was the only one in the vicinity. So, but other than that, there just haven't been any communication breakdown. So it's a testament to, at least so far, what a great teacher Campanile is. And you have to give credit to the players that obviously they have absorbed what's being asked, and they are communicating at a really high level for it being the first year that they are seeing this scheme. So the lack of breakdowns, I think, has been really encouraging. And then Jordan Lewis has just been amazing. As you guys saw, obviously the picks that he's had, and
sure,
it's every day. He does something that really could swing the momentum of a game, and so I would say Jordan Lewis's presence, his impact as a first-year Jaguar, and how well they're communicating has been exceptional to this point.
Hayes, when I talk to folks with the organization, they rave about Eric Murray. In terms of one phrase that gets used is elite communicator, right? And we understand how dysfunction on the back end. You're talking about blown coverages. Part of that you're seeing less of that is because you've got some experienced veteran guys there making sure everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Now, I think based on everything I'd heard, I think, all right, he's going to be your opening day starter. They released the depth chart, and it's Eric Murray or Darnell Savage. Is that a nod to a vet in Darnell Savage? Or, where are you? I think there are a lot of people that think that he might not make this roster. He's obviously in the mix to be a starter. Where does he fit in? And are there any other high profile or, longtime veteran players that you think are on the roster bubble this year?
I would say that Murray is definitely a starter. So the or is ridiculous. Murray is definitely one of the starters. And then Yeah, I would say with Savage, it's still to be determined. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other 31 clubs has an injury at that position. If Savage might be a guy that could be moved, that would not surprise me because it feels like they do have a little bit of a surplus at safety. And you do wonder if he's not going to be a starter, then obviously he's not going to be, you wouldn't think, very happy with his role. So, maybe there's an opportunity for him to catch on somewhere else through a trade. And the Jaguars aren't going to get anything spectacular for him, but you get some picks. And so that could be where it leads if, depending on how attrition hits some of the other teams, between now and the start of the regular season. So, yeah, I mean, I think his spot is tenuous. And to your point, maybe they put the ore on there to try and keep Savage in good spirits and battling. But I'd be stunned if Murray isn't one of the starters. I mean, to me that's settled.
Hayes, I seem to remember that you were pretty heavy on the Walker Little train when he got drafted here, right? And the prospects of him taking over as the left tackle, it didn't materialize really until halfway through last season. Then you got the contract extension, everything that's going on in the first 3 seasons that he's been here in Jacksonville. What kind of shape do you think the Walker Little train is in at this point in his career?
Shaky, I would say. Liam Cohen was asked about him a couple days ago, and he said, it's been a struggle for Walker in pass protection. And, that's the last thing that you want to be dealing with your left tackle. So I think he's made improvement in the run game, but the pass protection, I think, has been a concern for the staff. And so I'm not ruling out that the week 1 starting offensive line is Anton Harrison at left tackle, McCary at right tackle, and then Walker Little maybe is the swing.
And then Chuma Adoga ostensibly probably
Adoga
the right
would be
guard.
the right guard, Hainsey the center, and at this point, I will say I think Cleveland's been pretty impressive. So I thought it would be Wyatt Milam early,
right?
Is the left guard, but Wyatt Milam may have to bide his time a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I guess to round out the point, I could see it where week 1 it's Harrison at left tackle. It's Cleveland at left guard, it's Hainsey at center, it's Adoga at right guard, and it's McCary at right tackle.
To be determined. Hayes, how would you answer today's Chad and Sandy Real Estate poll question? We're asking, it's a straightforward pick a duo of the Jags to have a better combined season. Is it the defensive ends, Hines-Allen and Trayvon? Is it the wide receivers, Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter? Which pair will have a more productive season?
It's the receivers. I think BTJ and Travis Hunter are going to have 2,500 receiving yards combined and probably like 19 touchdowns. So, I mean, I do think that Hines-Allen and Walker will have big years, but I think what BT and Travis are getting ready to do to this league is going to be pretty spectacular.
So they'll have opportunity for that much with Tank Bigsby and ETN combining for 4,200 combined yards rushing.
Well, I don't
receiving?
know about those two, but my boy Bashal Tootin might dive into those numbers.
Well,
but
all right. What does the depth chart look like? Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Sorry.
Yeah, I just think when you look at it, the team's improved, but they still are probably going to have some games where they're throwing a lot in the fourth quarter. So I think the passing game statistically is going to have the opportunity to really put up some big numbers. And De'Ami Brown's been great, and Brendan Strange has been great. And we talked about the running backs catching the ball. They've got more than just Brian and Travis, but Brian and Travis are so spectacular that I just think that I think I might be low at 2,500 yards combined for those two through the air. So to me, it's that. I don't think by the time we get to Halloween, I think the narrative will be the Jaguars may have something that only like one or two other teams in the league have in terms of how they can hurt you from a receiver standpoint.
All right, quickly on the running back front, do the top 4 guys all make this roster? What do the roles look like early in the season?
Yeah, they all 4 will make the roster. I would think that it'll probably be Bigsby as the starter, but ETN getting, probably even maybe a touch more in terms of touches, but certainly very even there. there'll be a role for Tootin and a role for Hines-Allen. I mean, again, that's one that I don't think it'll be all that long before it's really Tootin. But it's probably going to be fairly convoluted, for this season. I mean, when they've got 4 backs that all are in line for some role, you're probably looking at 4 guys that numbers-wise, none of them are going to be overly impressive. And, again, injuries could happen and things like that. I think ultimately Bashal Tootin will be the best of the 4. But yeah, I mean, you've got to give Hines-Allen a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He's a 7th rounder. I mean, he is, when the head coach is saying he just always does the right thing, that is high praise for a rookie running back. So they've got a really exciting group there and some good depth. But I'd like to see the rookies get pushed as we get into the season, probably a little bit more than Etienne and Bigsby. But to their credit, they both have looked good in camp too. So I would think it's going to be frustrating from a fantasy standpoint of trying to figure out which of these guys, should you be playing. But ultimately, I think Tootin will be the guy that everybody will want.
All right, we'll find out. Hayes Carline's got a front row seat every day out there at Jaguar practice. You'll hear him on the Frangie Show most afternoons here on 1010XL as well. Hayes, enjoyed it. Thanks for the time as always, and look forward to your coverage of the preseason opener coming up this weekend.
Thank you guys so much. Take care.
All right, buddy. You can find Hayes on Twitter at his name, Hayes Carline, Carlyon. Back with more on your Jags, including the poll flipping, Tony. It's 51-49 in the other direction now on the duos that you think are going to stand out this year. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting. Where are they located? Right here in Jacksonville Beach. They are a local company. They're not those sketchy people that come knocking on your door saying, hey, I'm doing your neighbor's roof. Would you like your roof done? And then you never see them again after you give them a down payment. No, Apex is local. They're dependable. They're going to show up on time. They use only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, quality work that you can trust. And yes, financing is available through Apex Roofing and Contracting. Online at apexroofingfl.com or go see them in Jacksonville Beach. That's Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville.
The 2025 NFL season is just around the corner, and we can't wait for you to be back at the bank. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are starting off the preseason going head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Steelers Saturday, August 9th. Be at the bank as the Jags take the field for the first time this season and grab your tickets for a 7 p.m. kickoff by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you soon, Jags fans.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Yeah, we will play everybody. So how long that is will kind of determine how things are going a little bit, but everybody's going to play in this game.
Kill them all. Let God sort them out. What's that from? That's been in a bunch of things. I feel like that's a very specific movie quote. Like, play them all, Tony. Mm-hmm. Let fate determine who survives.
Yeah.
For your Jacksonville Jaguars this weekend. Liam Cohen just saying what we already told you. Going to let him play this Saturday. Length to be determined. You hope it's one series for Trevor, because then if it's one series, you probably feel pretty confident it's down to 3 and out, right?
Yeah.
You know, get in 8 plays, get a touch or 2 for Bigsby, a touch for ETN, touch for BTJ, touch for Travis Hunter, whatever. You know, just spread it around a little bit, and hopefully we'll put at least 3 up on the board with the first team offense and feel good about ourselves and tell ourselves happy stories for the next week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they want to approach it, right? Like, they've put such an emphasis on the run game all off season. And, you know, we've talked to Maurice Jones-Drew about this kind of thing before. He's talked about, you know, wanting the ball in the preseason just to get in a rhythm. The run game needs a rhythm, right? And you can't do that without playing football. Like, that's where you get that kind of rhythm. So how much do they want to emphasize the run game even on Saturday against the Steelers? I know everyone's excited. Even Hayes a moment ago talking about, you know, big play offense, that kind of thing. What's going to allow the big play offense is they can run the ball.
Sure.
Right? And I'm curious to see how much they want to try to establish that kind of thing, even if it is only for 8 or 9 plays, you know, with the first team being out there.
They want to send the message, set the tone.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Our jab's going to be pretty strong. Like, we'll throw the hook when we need it, but the jab's got to be strong.
Well, let's get to today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, and let's debate it with our 10-10 take.
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company. Veteran owned and operated.
This one is flipped back and forth a little bit. Currently 52-48 in favor of the wide receivers. Okay, it was 55-45 for about the first 100 votes or so. In favor of Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. I saw this one from Irv out there. He says, the middle of the D-line will support the DNs better than the O-line will support Trevor getting the ball to the wide receivers. I don't know if I 100% buy that, because I don't know what to make of what the middle of the D-line is going to look like. You know, I like Hayes kind of like, hey, I'm not worried about it right now. These guys will be ready to go when the time is right.
It's a month away, yeah.
I went with forced to vote here, and you're not forced to, but if we're going to discuss it, we are forced to vote. You're not. I went with Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker, Tone, because I've seen proof of concept from both of them, right? Seen them both do it. I believe Travis Hunter can be big, but I do think they want to run this football, and I do have questions. I have questions about both lines of scrimmage, okay? But I have questions about the defensive line outside of those edge rushers for the last several years.
Yeah.
And Josh Hines-Allen had a 17.5 sack season. Trayvon's been 10.5 the last 2 years. You know, running opens up the passing game, but running also leads to more running, right? Hey, we're running this down their throat. Like, there'll probably be weeks when Travis Hunter's not a big factor on offense, you know? And not necessarily by design. It just happens that way sometimes.
I have heard and seen nothing out at training camp that would indicate to me that they're going to be any worse, Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker as a duo, than they were 2 years ago. And that's when they got no help from the inside. That's when it felt like they were letting Josh Hines-Allen play at his more natural playing weight for that position.
And they had 28 sacks between them.
Right. So I think it's that's what you can imagine them being. And I think Trayvon Walker is a better player today than he was even going into that season, right? And his training camp has been every day. He's making some kind of play.
You just hear unblockable.
Right. Like, that's where Trayvon is. We'll find out. Hopefully you see that on Saturday against the Steelers, too.
It's not because of the quality of the blocking.
Right. Like, that kind of thing shows up as well. And so I think there is something to, even as nervous as I am about what the interior of the defensive line is going to be, I think if I felt good about the interior of the defensive line, I'd be saying something like, I think these guys can combine for 35. Right, like that would be the way that I would feel about it. It would be nuts, but I don't feel
you'd be
that.
his Carline.
Right, like it's more. I'm not going to be surprised at this point when they combine for 30. Right, like in this season with whatever's going on the interior, I think they're talented enough to make that kind of thing happen. So then you start having to think through, what is those two guys combining for 30 sacks? What is the wide receiver equivalent? Right, for those kind of seasons combined between the two of them. And I think Hayes probably hit it, right? It is them combining for something like 2,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. Like, it is something, in that kind of range. And I do, if I was picking which of those I think is more likely, I think it is Hines-Allen and Walker, getting to that kind of point. So I would pick Hines-Allen Walker on me thinking that high end is more accessible for them as a duo than I think the high end is for the others.
I think they're both capable. And I hope in December it's a great debate. Which pairs outstanding contributions, not because they're both disappointing, but because they're both driving this team. That's what's going to drive this team.
Which shade of rose do you prefer?
Right. Yeah. In addition to Trevor Lawrence's play. And that's part of it too. Like, Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, everything they do, it all works in conjunction, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that, like, the pass rush relies on the secondary and everything else, but if you can beat the man right in front of you and get to the quarterback quickly, sometimes you can blow up the play. You need a lot more to go right on offense. You need the blocking to be there. You need the quarterback to make the right read. You need the quarterback to make the accurate throw on time. You need to catch the ball, and I'm not worried about that aspect.
Like, it's kind of another reason to vote for the defensive guys. I've seen them have that kind of year when that wasn't happening for them. They got nothing on the interior that whole season in 23. There was nothing else threatening on that defense in 23. It didn't matter. 27.5 sacks combined for the guys. They were amazing.
Denmark, what'd you vote here?
DNs. I think they've done it before. I think it's more certain that they're going to do it. Travis Hunter having a good season, I think 1,000 yards would be really good. And I don't think having 1,000 yards is equal to if him and BTJ have good seasons, obviously. But I think having double-digit sacks from both Hines-Allen and Walker is still a little better.
I don't know. 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns is pretty damn good. Like, if you get that out of the 2,500 number, I'll take the under on right now. Not many receiving duos.
I would be much more surprised with Hunter getting 1,000 than I will when Brian Thomas gets 1,500.
I would agree with that, and I would be more surprised at 1,000 yards than 10 sacks out of Trayvon, for instance. Mm-hmm. That's me. Look, again, hope they all are pushing each other all season long. They're
capable of all those things.
52.3 going with the receivers, 47.7 right now going with the DNs. Still time for you to vote at MD_1010XL. Let's come back here. A few fresh thoughts from Liam Cohen after practice today as we get ready to wrap up our time here. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Do you trust the diagnostic you just got for your AC? Call Ideal Conditions now to get a free second opinion with a limited time offer of $50 off repairs of $300 or more. Just mention this station. For a limited time, we're doing $79 one-time AC tune-ups as well.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
This is Joe C. from XL Primetime and stoked to crank up the 9 after 5 once again at the Golf Club of Southampton. Every Wednesday, a little after 5, the gang at Southampton will be hosting us with a new game, and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Now, through the summer stretch, break up the week with a little hump day fun every Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY to get on the tee sheet. There'll be food afterwards and prizes, including playing for a membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and hit the tee with Joe C.
Jaguars Today Thursday.
Brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to I-9 Sports with fall and winter registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. I9Sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacressporting.com.
If you're 35 to 75, you could get life insurance today. No medical exam needed. I'm Cody with Harborstone Financial. One call could protect your family for life. Call me today, 904-885-9566.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Yes. Tickets tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Probably split them up into a couple pair. If you have been longing to go see your Jacksonville Jaguars play, we might make you do a Duval or something. These tickets cannot get in the hands of the enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There'll be plenty of them there Saturday.
I need people who are going to be rocking the teal very strong on Saturday night. Maybe rocking the White Claws. That's up to you. Okay, that's up to Dylan Denmark, whether he wants to share his personal stock.
Tall boys only.
Tall boys only, ladies and gentlemen. Do they make any other kind?
They make the regular kind.
Yeah, really.
The regular can. I don't know how many fluid ounces in it, but
like the regular one's like a Red Bull size, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And so the tall boy, is it skinny like that, or is it like a big oil can?
No, it's a little bigger. It's like a beer.
Like a what's the tall boy go? 16.9 ounces or 20 ounces? Like
I don't know. Yeah.
Tall boy Budweiser used to sell those back in my college days at the Chevron in St. Augustine. Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put them in that little brown paper
16
bag.
ounces tall boy.
16 ounce tall boy.
Go.
All right. We used to sell them
Learn
for
something new every day.
$1.05. It's 99 cents plus tax.
What I would do to go back to those days.
Yeah, if you had $3, you could just about get a premium brand pack of cigarettes and a tall boy. Right there. Good old days, Dylan Denmark. All right, and then you'd hop in your car and wait till you got home to enjoy that, I'm sure. All right. Let's get to Liam Cohen talking after practice today. Jags will be off tomorrow, obviously. Kind of a light practice, it felt like today, Tony. But Trevor Lawrence, he's already announced, Liam Cohen did, that the starters will play. How much, we don't know. How important is it specifically for Trevor Lawrence to get these preseason reps?
That's right. I mean, that's so much, right? It's like we have moving parts and pieces on the offensive line that new ones. Obviously, multiple different receivers, quarterback playing in a first-year system. All of that is kind of what points to that. And look, if we had 3 joints and 2 days of work by each of those joints, then we probably wouldn't be playing. But that's just kind of where we're at. So we've got to go and probably take advantage of these opportunities.
Hopefully we get a more specific answer than everything to this next question.
Right. By the way, those were joint practices that he was referring to.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, but what will he be evaluating on Saturday night against the Steelers?
Yeah, that was exactly what I just said to the group just now, was what the evaluation will be fundamentals, alignment, assignment. Obviously, situational football is going to come up, as we know. But we're about, we're playing a physical team. A team that's been known for physicality, regardless if their first guys are in or not, right? That's just how they've played the game for a long time. And so that will be a great test for all of our groups that are going to play to see, kind of where we're at from physicality standpoint. It's live tackling that we all know is, man, it's hard to get that in a practice setting at times. So I think that'll be valuable for us as well.
Yeah, you get that, and you sometimes then get your head coach diving in the pile to break up the fight, like Mike Vrabel yesterday. Had a ice bag on
I think
his
the
face.
tackling thing is interesting because that has been an issue for the football team here the last couple of years, right? So it's live for the first time on Saturday night. Let's see new defense, some of the technique stuff that they put in. What does it look like on the field?
I mean, they do a lot of tackling drills. It's just not like you're tackling dummies and things like that.
Yeah.
So we got one more talking about physical play. Lines of scrimmage is where that attitude needs to permeate. We talked, Chuma Edoga has been coming a talking point here, right? Yeah, Hayes Carline, don't be surprised. Didn't guarantee it, but don't be surprised if in the season you see Anton Harrison at left tackle, Makari at right, because Chuma Edoga makes that possible because he's playing so well at right guard, and Liam Cohen weighed in on the camp that he's having.
Yeah, he's done a nice job being able to go, in and out, right? And with Patrick coming off the back and being able to get those valuable reps. And look, it's still competition, and that's the beautiful part of it is we don't play for a month, right? And so you have got, now the install is in. We have done with the installs on both sides of the ball. So now for the next 3 weeks, we can hone those fundamentals, techniques, concepts, and schemes, and then also play with rotations, play with different guys in different spots a little bit. And then as obviously you want to get in about 10 days at least, maybe as close as you can to be able to give them ops to compete, but also tighten it in so we know maybe who our 5, 6 are going to be. But yeah, I've been happy with Chuma. He's a good pro.
Yeah, I don't know if this week is the one, Tone. Next week, I'll really be looking. Like, if Makari's able to be full in team all next week, we're going to have a pretty good sense of how they feel about how this offensive line is going to shape up at the beginning of the year by who they throw out there in the second preseason game. All right, our time is done today. Had a fun one. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll ask Joe Cowart to weigh in on our poll question.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I feel like I cracked the door for Dylan Denmark. Getting bursting through right there. So we're getting Joe on right this second. Hello, Joey.
That's right. Hard clock.
You're good, brother. It's all
Hard
good.
out.
Hit that whole Basil Tootin', baby. According to Hayes
Stone Cold music played, and on we go.
Joe C., here we go.
Yeah.
Which pair will have the better combined season this year? Hines-Allen and Trayvon or BTJ and Travis Hunter?
Oh, my.
And it's not necessarily statistical. How will we feel at the end of the year?
I'm gonna go offense.
Okay.
Because I do think that what Liam can bring to the table, what Coach Cohen can bring to the table, will lift them up a little bit more, whereas the interior part of the defensive line is still a concern. So I just don't know whether they'll be able to get to the quarterback or not.
Our angle was it was a concern 2 years ago, too. They went off. So we had a little proof of concept.
Well, it's funny because I did hear Hayes say that 2,500 number combo, which is
Did you rush out to Hard Rock Bet? And
all of Duval will be going nuts if that happens.
Are you kidding? Of course they will.
And so I talked to Jaria Jones, and we'll play that interview later, but I asked him about that. The only way he's going to succeed is if the pass rush is there.
Of course.
And he was hyping Josh and Trayvon, and I like the idea of both of them being a nice close battle with you guys.
By the way, much like Evan Ingram, I was the first at practice today.
Yeah.
And Josh Hines-Allen was the first among the players out there. I was grueling and sweating and going through everything on the sideline there, talking with Trent Osborne from 1010XL. But Hines-Allen was out there before anybody working on individual pass rush moves. So good stuff. What do you have coming up on primetime, Joe?
Yeah, like I said, Jari, and he's in a battle, and I like the fact that he's not giving up. And
Don't
saying,
back down, man.
Yeah, this is Travis. No, it ain't. And so anyway, we talked a bunch about that. I'll definitely get into a handful of other things that I saw at practice today just to get an idea. And then with what Coach Cohen said, starters are going to play.
Yeah.
We're going to see them all. And so I like that. And so it's that may be as much a culture change as anything. Get us in that game.
But ideally, first drive, 10 plays in the end zone, done. We're done.
Yeah.
Right?
Towel, shower, whole deal. Hat.
Don't need 3 drives of 3 and out.
Piece. Yeah, exactly.
Like let's have one good execute, leave on a high note, and
2 sacks and a pick on the first drive defensively, get him out.
Yes,
100%.
that as well. All right, Joe C., have a great show.
All right, fellas.
Always good to see you out there at practice as well. Joe C.'s a regular with the crew on the sidelines there. Yeah, I felt very special, Tony. I broke the seal today as everyone was up in the media room. I said, no. Sidelines where I'll be. Wasn't tough. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Thanks to Hayes Carline for joining us. Glad we could bring you. Who do we have? Darnell Savage today. Brenton Strange, Liam Cohen. If I'm forgetting anybody, it's because my memory is fading. So anyway, tomorrow, Atomic Madison studio, voice of the Jags, Frank Frangie will stop by as well. We'll get you ready for preseason game number 1. And then the little birdie tells me that I got 4 tickets to give away. So maybe a couple of pair of tickets given out tomorrow as well. So if you are so inclined, be listening for your chance to score those. For Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Have a great day, everybody, and stick around for XL Primetime on 1010XL 92.5 FM.